Come on in, we made it. Oh my gosh, come on in. So you'll be happy to know the 50 outfits worked out perfectly in Italy, and I'm really glad that I had so many hot weather dresses because it was a scorcher there. It was about 100 degrees some days in Rome. But now I have got so much laundry, so I am doing laundry all day, and luckily I forgot that I left a few pieces here last year. And I found this. I bought this last year, right before we left. It's a dress, here you can see. It's a dress, but it's a little short for me for a dress, so I wear it more like a little tunic. And then I also left these white jeans. And luckily, because I have no clean clothes left, so I'm wearing this now. We also spent the day going grocery shopping. So as soon as I get to the house, I always just like to do 2 big grocery shops. Some of us went to the market. So my husband this morning with my daughter, they went to the market. They got a bunch of fruit. We got some kiwis, some avocados, beautiful looking apricots. And then again, some of these donut peaches that I love. We had some for lunch today. They were so good. Some cherry tomatoes that I'm gonna use for a little dinner party that we're gonna have tonight. Some garlic and some shallots. A really beautiful little pineapple here. Let me also show you what's in my French fridge. This is our little fridge. I love this design. It's the Smeg. This is something that we keep just everything for daily necessities. So you can't really stock it very much because it's a very tiny little fridge. We do have one in our laundry room when we have parties for drinks and things, more of what they would call an American style fridge. So we did sort of cheat a little bit and have that. But for every day, we're working out of this fridge. So isn't it cute? First up, we have the butter. So here in France, I always try to have 2 different types of butter on hand. So I love my demi-sel. This is the butter that we basically use for all the breakfast items. So, or if you're putting this on a baguette or something with some radish, I'm going with the demi-sel because it has a really wonderful, nice, salty little kick to it. But if I'm baking or cooking, I typically like to have some of this. This is the Vendee. And this doesn't have any salt in it. And later we're gonna make a little tart and I'm gonna use this butter for it. This should be interesting because this does not have my American measurements on it. In the States we have sticks and it'll tell you how much each is. And I'm wondering if this tells you. Oh, it would be so nice. I feel like I've seen that with the measurements. Any French viewers watching, does any of this butter have the measurements on it? Because then I could just cut how much I need. Right now I'm gonna have to get creative and eyeball it, which could be scary. Another thing that I love to buy in France is this coffee. So we have a bit of a coffee war going on here. My husband really likes the espresso machine and he gets all of these little, Nespresso pods. And they always just kind of make a big mess. So I did buy this little antique item at my favorite local brocante here, which is here all the time. And I'm actually going to take you guys to that. He said I could come visit. So we'll go do that probably next week and I'll show you one of my favorite local brocantes. But I got that there just for 10 euros. Isn't it cute? But I really like the French press. I'm just a little bit more partial to that sometimes. I don't know. So for the French press, I really like this coffee. This is my favorite coffee to buy in France. It's called Carte Noire, and I just think it's really good. So I always make sure I have at least 1 or 2 packets of this. Some strawberry jam. So my daughter just bought this like economy size, Costco size jar of jam. So this will work. Yeah, so we'll be stocked for quite a bit. And what else do we have here? Oh, we have some little chocolate brownie bites. Yeah, this is the land of sweets. Yeah, my little camera lady is asking for one, so there we go. I gotta pay her or something, right? There we go. Our milk that looks like bleach bottles, that's always in here. I know we laughed about that last time, but we have some of those. Ketchup, because again, coming from the States with 2 kids, they always gotta have the ketchup. I don't know why. All right, a little almond milk. It's always nice that you can find this in France, almond milk. Then, this is my new secret little thing. Apparently there is a mustard shortage in France. I don't know why, there's something going on with it, but it's really hard to get mustard or to produce mustard. I just arrived yesterday, so I need to get more information on why that is. But I need mustard to make my vinaigrettes, so I thought I would try this. Mayonnaise with mustard. See, there it is, the mustard. So we had some for lunch. I made a little vinaigrette with this and it wasn't bad. It was almost like a creamy vinaigrette. So anybody else in France dealing with a mustard shortage, you could try this for your vinaigrettes. And we also have some of this fruit syrups. So in France, they have all different kinds of these fruit syrups. And my kids love to put it in sparkling water and make like little fancy cocktails out of them. Then it looks like we have some half-opened, what is this? Champagne. Oh, okay, that's always a good idea. There we go. our fresh squeezed orange juice that we get at our grocery store, which is really fabulous. Just put the plastic bottle under the spigot and it presses the oranges. Then we have just a big carafe of water. So I save these French lemonade bottles every time we buy some and just take the labels off it and save them for water because our water purifier is actually in our laundry room. So this works out well when you need fresh water. Listen to that. Do you hear the seagulls? It's my favorite part about this house. I love the bird life. It's so active. This is a juice that we fell in love with in Italy. I had never had this before and it's really good. It's called ACE for the vitamins that are in it. Someone was telling me it has vitamin A, C, and E. And basically what it is it's juice that has lemon, blood orange, and carrot. It sounds like the strangest combo, but I'm telling you it's so good. Here, let me just show you what it looks like. We'll pour ourselves a glass because I'm getting quite parched here. All right, but it is not hot here. The weather is delicious. It is almost sweater weather. See, look at this. It's like, it's just so delicious. It's like a fruit punch. There, and we're getting our vitamins. So I got some of that. It was fun to see that they had this at the store. Then we also have some of this multi-fruit juice, this Joker multi-fruit. This is another juice that we can't get in the States that I really love. It's all of these sort of exotic tropical fruits. I have 2 little jars of tapenade in the fridge. So one is a black olive and the other one I have is a green olive. Normally I would buy this kind of thing at the market, but because I didn't get to the market today and I saw it at the store, just bought some of this. I'll serve this with some toasts when our guests come over tonight for dinner. One thing that I love in France is that you can also get like a pear compote. So in the States we have a lot of apple sauce, but it's hard to get like pear sauce. But here in France it's easy to get. This is something good that they might have for breakfast, just to like level out all the carbs with the croissants and the brioche. Then this is another thing that my kids fell in love with last year. It weighs like nothing. I always wonder if there's anything in here. It is a chocolate mousse made with coconut milk. So it's non-dairy. It's not very sweet, but it's really delicious. And they have this for dessert. If we're not doing anything special, they'll just come in and have one of these. All right, then we have our little eggs here. It's been funny to me to see that eggs are sold in such a smaller quantity here. So in the States we get them as a dozen, but here you usually just see them as a grouping of 6 or sometimes even 4. Or I've seen a really big quantity of 24. So there's really no in between. So I usually buy just 2 of these. I love how in France the quantities for kids are so much smaller. It makes so much more sense because they only have like 2 or 3 sips anyway, and that's all this is. In the States, they're much bigger, and I'm constantly like putting the cap on and sticking them back in the fridge. So this is just a little 1 or 2 sip, really good. Then I got some burrata. So this is what we're gonna have for tonight. We're gonna do this with our cherry tomatoes, a little bit of pesto. I got 3 of these because there were 6. And then I love the fact that you can get really great quality store-bought quiche. And this is just like a great snack if it's 4 o'clock and my kids are starving. They're these small little quiches, pop them in the oven, they're done. This is a leek and cheese quiche. You can kind of see on the back, but the quality is just amazing. Another thing that's great that I can find here is pre-cooked quinoa. You can put it in the microwave for 2 minutes if you want to heat it up, but we usually use quinoa in salads. So I just take this little packet, pop it in a salad, and done. And then another thing that's good to keep on hand that you can get pre-made are these beautiful little galettes. So these are these buckwheat made with blé noir, which is like a black flour. They're so great as snacks for my kids. You can get the small one if they just want one with a little bit of cheese, heat it up in a fry pan, or sometimes I'll get the bigger ones. Like my eldest daughter had one of these for lunch, a little grated cheese and ham, folded up in a pan, and you are done. So when we're here, it's really a combination of big dinners with a bunch of people and then small little family meals or quick snacks before the big dinners. So I kind of usually have to be ready for all of it. And I find that some of these pre-made items, because the quality is so great, works really well for the little snacks or a quick meal. Then in here, I've got my cheese drawer and a little homemade pasta drawer. And cold cut drawer. So we've got some French ham that we'll use for galettes. We've got these beautiful little raviolis that we found. So after being in Italy, we really fell in love with all of the homemade pastas. So in case somebody's craving more of it, here it is. This one is filled with pesto. Looks pretty good. Here's another something ready to go, grilled vegetables. So that sounded pretty good. So I basically got that in a jar of pesto in case anybody's hungry. Then we have some cheese. Looks like my husband has already started a little cheese plate here. Some of this, which they love. This is just a really creamy cheese, which is quite good. Some grated cheese. The kids love this. They're just these little cocktail cheese cubes that are very popular here in France, usually during the cocktail hour. My kids love them. They're really small. You just pop them in your mouth and away you go. And the last drawer here is just for some fruits and veggies. So I've got half a melon that we had for breakfast this morning. That's still in there. I've got some greens that are washed and just waiting for us, probably for dinner and cheese in a towel. A red pepper, some cooked beets, which I love. You can buy them already cooked in France, which is so awesome. Cucumber, here we go. And what is this? Oh yeah, some parsley, fresh parsley. I do miss my garden when I'm here in France. I have to buy all these herbs, but that's okay. Some carrots, and that's it. I have two things in the freezer I wanted to show you. This is the most delicious popsicle, and I'm usually not like a big popsicle person, but for some reason the flavors are really fresh. They're really delicious. They come on these wooden little sticks. It's all twisted up, and when it gets really hot here, sometimes we do get some heat waves. At night, they love to have one of these, so we made sure we got some of those. Another thing that I buy for my kids, and we actually all love these. They are so good. I don't know why we cannot get them in the States, but these, the Pomme Dauphine. These are the most delicious things. They are like a combination of I think they are a potato, but because I think they have flour in them, they almost feel like a gougere. It's like a combination of a gougere and a potato. They're so good. You put them in the oven. I usually serve them with fish or some chicken. If we just want something quick, my kids just beg me for them every time we come. So I bought a bag of these. Then this trip, I really want to find one of those old vintage baguette baskets. You see them, they're about this high. People put them on the floor. I'm not sure where I would put mine. Maybe here somewhere. I don't know, but it's a basket that you hold all your baguettes because we don't really have room in this kitchen for something like that. So we throw it all on top of the fridge. This is like our little bread stash. So we have, let's see, we got 2 baguettes here. Here at this one supermarket, you can buy these baguettes that are bien cuits, which just means they're really well done. And our friend Freddie really loves a well-done baguette. So I got her this for tonight. My little daughter bought this. And then we could just put them in the basket. So maybe when we go to the Brocante later this week, I'll look for a baguette basket. And then my mother-in-law bought us this. This is from the Boulangerie Bleuue, which if you guys remember last year when I went to the bakery, this was the bakery that we went and toured. And this is a type of brioche, but it's flatter, it's oval, but equally delicious. So we have this for tomorrow morning. This is another thing that I do, usually the day or two when I get here, is I buy these beautiful French cooking magazines. These are some of my favorites. And I get so inspired. And I love, sometimes they give you these little promotional recipe books. See, isn't this cute? Look at this. A Table by Elle is another great one. Marmiton is classic. This looks like 200 recipes for apéro. And I always need some inspiration for that because that's something we do a lot. And then Madame Cuisine. So I think this is going to provide lots of time on the lounge chair by the pool. I'm going to be reading up on these. Then I can show you a few things that we've done outside since we've last been here. So point number 1 is we really needed to paint the garage because it really did not look so good. The garage was an old building that just needed a fresh coat of paint, and we didn't have time to do it the last time we were here just because it was COVID and it was really hard to find painters. But we painted it and I think it looks better. We also replaced the garage door because it was really heavy and would just slap down sometimes on people. So that wasn't very safe. We removed the shutters, which sort of broke my heart because I really love the shutters. But it had to do with the door. So we couldn't have shutters with this door. And we had this door left over because it was supposed to go into the kitchen, but I really didn't want this style door in the kitchen after I saw it. I wanted just the full French door. So we had to put it here because we had to replace the door. So the new idea is just to put a pergola here that's going to come out to frame that area with these beautiful roses. So this is a local rose variety that my friend Freddie has, and I love her roses because she's always bringing them to me, and now I can start to grow some too. I think I need to do some deadheading, but you can see how pretty it is. It's an antique variety. The roses are just going to grow up on this pergola and soften this doorway area. And I think that will just make the garage look a little bit more charming. Okay, let's talk bikes. So my husband and I for Christmas gave each other bikes. because we had a collection of these old bikes here, many of which are kind of in sad shape. They were rusty and just needed a little bit of TLC. This is great for when people come to visit and we have a bunch of people staying with us. Everybody has a bike, which is great, but we both wanted a nice bike that would be our own. So these were our Christmas presents, his and her bikes. I don't know why, but my husband has like been obsessed with these Dutch bikes. I love the look of them. I think they're great, but I've never driven one. So I don't know. Mine looks really high. Look at it. It's beautiful. I love the color. I love the basket, but it's kind of scaring me a little bit. I really love my daughter's bike. She has this cute little blue bike with a little leather saddle and the basket, which I think is really cute. It just seems more manageable compared to my bike. My bike looks scary. So let's give it a try. Oh my God. Not right with this bike. I don't know, it's really tall. I cannot see myself riding this. This is really scary.
My shoes.
Yeah, so I think I need some more practice on the Dutch bike before I head out on the open road. Okay, then we also put in this landscaping. So I really love the hydrangeas in this part of France. They grow into these huge bushes. So this is gonna fill this whole wall. They'll probably get to about this high, all filling this area, probably in about 3 years or so, 3 or 4 years. I just thought with our sort of soft muted tones and gray exterior that this blue periwinkle would be really pretty. Our fruit trees were giving us fruit, but something has started to attack them. So see all these leaves, how they're all chewed? We don't know what is doing that. So we have a gardener expert on the case to find out what is attacking these poor fruit trees. But they are bearing fruit and the fruit is beautiful. Like look at these apples. These are amazing. I can never grow apples like this in LA. It is way too hot. Look at these beautiful pears. I'd love to see if I could make a clafouti with them. I don't know. I mean, it's fruiting in its first year. I wonder if the fruit is any good. We shall see. And then we also added some hydrangeas over here by the little pool cabin. So this will all fill in, hopefully, and get those to grow big. And we did the same thing at the end of the pool here. So hopefully when you're looking back at where the dining area is, these will all grow in. The grapevines are growing. They're almost reaching the top. The idea is that they're going to cover this whole pergola and then we won't need this cover anymore. It'll just one day be all grapevine, which I think will be so gorgeous. And look at these amazing grapes. How fabulous is that? I wonder if they taste good. Let's see. They look pretty young. These are gonna be really sour. They're not ready. See, I started to pick them already and put them in these little vases. I think they're so pretty. Of course, I couldn't resist the roses either. I had to pick some of those. But see how pretty? They're so gorgeous. Here's another thing I wanted to show you guys. So remember I was on the hunt for something for our master bedroom wall and I could not find anything here in France. This was what I was looking for. I was looking for some beautiful old engravings of seashells. And funny enough, I found these in Italy, in Rome. I just bought 2 of the best engravings for our room in St. Gilles. I'm so excited. I can't wait to hang them up. They're gonna be perfect. We were walking along the street and I saw these little engraving cabins. This woman was selling these beautiful engravings and they're all hand painted. It's just so funny to me that I had to go all the way to Italy to find my French engravings. And I had to cart them all the way home on a plane and 2 trains. But I'm telling you, I am always of the opinion that I will do several hours of discomfort for a lifetime of enjoyment. That is just my motto. All right, you guys, so that's it for this week, but we're definitely gonna have some fun this year. I've got some new places I wanna share with you, some new French adventures, some new recipes, and of course some brocante shopping because there's a few other items for the house I'm on the hunt for. So you can help me find them. All right, you guys, I'll see you back here next time. Until then, bye.